Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about infective endocarditis. Infective endocarditis. This infective endocarditis can occur in either native valve or it can occur in prosthetic valve. So, if it occurs in native valve, then we call it as native valve endocarditis, and this occurs due to the organisms like streptococci or staphylococcal aureus. And this occurs, native valve endocarditis occurs in infants. Whereas this infective endocarditis also occurs in prosthetic valves. Also, this infective endocarditis in prosthetic valves, infective endocarditis in prosthetic valves can be divided into two types. One, less than 1 year. Second, more than 1 year. Infective endocarditis in prosthetic valves, if it is less than 1 year, it occurs due to staphylococcal epidermidis, whereas infective endocarditis prosthetic valves in more than 1 year occurs due to streptococci. Right? So, this is the causative organisms of infective endocarditis. One important thing in infective endocarditis is we have a criteria which is called as Duke's criteria, which is important. In Duke's criteria, if you remember, this contains the following. We have in group Duke's criteria, we have the major criteria and we also have the minor criteria. First, we will see the major criteria. In the major criteria, in Duke's criteria, we have first there will be blood culture. The blood culture from the streptococcal from two separate samples are taken. Blood culture is taken from two samples, and these samples should be 12 hours apart, and that is one thing. Or you will take either 3/4 positive cultures, okay, or you will take 3/4 positive cultures. In either of these, if one is positive, then it is Duke's criteria. Two blood samples, this is two blood samples which are separate blood samples. Okay, Duke's criteria, blood culture from two separate blood samples, or two blood samples which are taken 12 hours apart, or 3/4 positive blood cultures, then that is one major criteria. Then second major criteria is you can find the echocardiography, or if you see partial dehiscence of the prosthetic valve, that is prosthetic valve has been partially infected, or if there is new valvular regurgitation is seen, if any case, if there is new valvular regurgitation. So these are the main criteria of infective endocarditis. And the third major criteria, if you see, we have one more major criteria here. There is single positive culture is seen, and this single positive culture is associated with Coxiella burnetii. Then we have the minor criteria. In the minor criteria, one, there is one, if we see one, it is IV drug use, or second, if the patient suffers from fever or increased temperature. Third, presence of Janeway lesions. These Janeway lesions will focus towards the presence of vascular phenomenon, or if there are presence of Roth spots. If there are either Roth spots or if there are Osler nodes. Roth spots or Osler nodes are seen. And finally, if you see fifth criteria, which is presence of positive culture. Okay, so these are the minor Duke's criteria. These are the minor criteria which we can see. Okay, so in the infective endocarditis, for infective endocarditis to be positive, we should have at least two major criteria should be there, or one major plus three minor criteria should be there, or there should be 0 major plus 5 minor criteria should be there. Okay, so if you were asked two one-liners, what is the most common valve involved in this, that is left sided valve is most commonly involved. Then if you were asked what is the most common valve which is involved in IV drug abusers, in IV drug abusers mainly the right sided valve is mainly involved in IV drug abusers. So this is about the infective endocarditis. Thank you for watching.